Hey everyone, today is Friday and I was playing with my AI bot and I happened to see some exciting, information. Okay, so I thought of sharing with you guys. So before we dive into our session, I'll just know if you're new to the channel, you can click on the link above so you can watch the entire playlist. Okay, so please do watch that if you're preparing for an interview. So let's come into today's session. Okay, so here, as you see, I was just using, okay, I was like going through each AS, okay, like all the AS apps. Okay, so I was using ChatGPT, but I thought of using Grok and Perplexity. Okay, so first I tried with the Grok actually. So like day before yesterday we were solving this lookup concept, right? So hope you have watched this video. So if you haven't watched, like, please go and watch that. Okay, so we have watched, we have solved this one. So no, it's a repeated entry questions. Okay, so I was expecting, okay, so when I was playing with the Grok, okay, so I was expecting whether this one is a quite a tricky question. Okay, because unless you have access to the Abinitio library, you can't crack this question actually. Okay, so because like no other coding programs actually got this like terms and everything. Okay, so for example, lookup and lookup next and lookup count, those functions, and then whatever happens in the memory level. Okay, so I was thinking whether so let's try out Grok. Okay, so I log in Grok and then I use a prompt. Okay, so my expectation was that whether Grok could help me or not. Okay, so because that's the ultimate goal, right? Because see, interview questions, if some AI is going to crack it, then then we can we can easily you can use it. Okay, so you can tap into your AI and then you can give your use case. Okay, so I was see, my expectation was that whether Grok would help me in my use case. Okay, so that was my expectation. Okay, so that's why let's I just took our own problem which we solved days back. Okay, so this is a design we have constructed, and then this is a code. Okay, so this is a code we have done. Okay, so let's I was using this prompt. Okay, so for to check this. Okay, so to check this solution. Okay, so basically you basically our our solution. Okay, what are we solved? Okay, so that's that's direct. Okay, so we have just we are told using lookup it will retrieve the first matching record. Okay, so I was hoping whether how how Grok will solve that. So I kind of built one prompt. Okay, so you can build up your own prompt. Okay, so if you have studied prompt engineering, okay, so it's good. Okay, you can construct way more better prompt than me. Okay, so this one is just a like average prompt. Okay, so if you have studied prompt engineering, then you could have constructed like more like in-depth prompt. Okay, so I just use this basic prompt. So where I just said like two input file and then one lookup file is there. Okay, so in the lookup file we have two duplicates. Okay, so for the JID, and then now I have just asked, okay, so whether whether which record. Okay, so for the J, either second record or the first record, which one will be retrieved. Okay, so I was asking him, okay, Grok. Okay, so it was like more surprising for me, but because the see, the code which we have written, okay, is exactly matching with the Grok. Okay, so Grok, so you'll be like surprised to see this. Okay, so please try with your please try with your AI guy. Okay, AI chatbot as well. Okay, so and let me know. Okay, so if you have tried with your AI bot, let's see. Okay, so whatever. Okay, either like Perplexity or chat gpt or Grok or whatever. Okay, so let's switch to Grok and then I'll show you what I how this prompt worked. Okay, so we have opened Grok window and we are in our chat. Okay, so we are I already given this. Okay, I already ran this. Okay, type this. So it's the same prompt that we had discussed. So if you look at the answer, you'll be more surprised here. Okay, so here if you see a short answer. Okay, so it has given the short answer. Okay, so for our question, Abinitio's lookup function returns the first matching record. Okay, in the order the file was loaded. So even this point we have discussed yesterday on the on that UST entry question that we have discussed. Okay, so on memory level, according to the index, whichever ordered first, okay, whichever loaded first, according to that it will retrieve the first matching record. Okay, so this is exactly 100% correct. Okay, So this one line, okay. So for it has come down to the use case solving, okay. So it has told, so for key 1j, it will return 1jc, okay. So that is nothing but our first matching record, okay. So first record, so that's it, okay. Your entry question is solved, okay. So one critical thinking, entry question, of like of Abinitio like has been solved, okay. So then if you dive into deeper, okay, so it has given the detailed explanation which will, which will just amaze you, okay. So if you see here, input file 1j, okay, and then lookup file, okay, loaded order, okay. So it has said loaded order, that's fine. Now how lookup works, okay. So now we'll come to this part, okay. Abinitio code, okay. This Abinitio's code is correct, okay. So in our code we just used the id as a key, okay. So yeah, actually id name, right. So for the input file, so here input file, name and then some value order, okay. So so here they have used two keys, okay, which is not like okay, normally, like, which is fine, okay. So this lookup code is fine, okay, which is like correct. And then no lookup file they have mentioned, okay, with apostrophes and everything, okay. So this one is exactly correct, okay. So matches exact key, returns the first record in the physical, okay. Okay, that's fine, okay. So now what you get, okay. So according to, so it has drawn the table, okay. Here according to the input, okay. So our lookup file, lookup as this record, it matches, and then it gives, okay. So and see, and I mistakenly, in the prompt I have given capital S here and then small s here, okay. So even it has, it has identified that one, okay. For example, see case sensitive, okay, it has told case sensitive, and then unless you use lookup next, okay. So this one note, just to take, just to to mention, like to mention, okay, whether you should maintain the same key, okay. When you're using key, you should mention same thing. That's why we're using id, okay. So when you're using a name, you should like mention properly, okay. So now entry questions and then answers, okay. So it has, no, it is giving like more questions as well for you, okay. So which record is returned if multiple matches? So first record, okay. How to get all the matches? Use lookup next in a loop with lookup count. That is, this is like exactly correct, okay. So if you want to, no, if you want to get the second record, actually one of our community member, like he has commented down, okay. So in our previous UST video, okay. So if we want to get the second record, second J record here, okay. So if you want to get this record, you normally go for lookup next, right? Lookup next after this lookup code, okay. So this is exactly correct. And then how to control which record is picked, okay. So pre-sort lookup file, priority column before loading. So it's saying like, add some another column, okay, some priority column, and then do with that, okay. Can I make it return last match? No built-in sort lookup descending, okay. So it's like, these two are unnecessary, okay. So for the last match, it's telling like, you can start with the descending, and then you can make that lookup give you give you the last match, okay. So that's what it says. Now still it's going, okay. The one prompt is giving us best practice, okay. So lookup file preferred, okay. Sort lookup ascending, okay. So lookup will return C. Now see code snippet. So this code snippet is something that I got no, I got shocked, okay, because like it's exactly how Abinitio developer writes, okay. So if you see this code snippet, see you can see I haven't mentioned reformat. How did it get in reformat? I don't know, okay. See in our prompt, like we haven't mentioned anywhere reformat, okay. So we haven't even told her, no, told Grok that use the reformat or anything like that, okay. So that I'm not sure, okay. So it has it has taken reformat code, okay. This one is structurally, okay. The code structure, if you see the code structure, it is exactly 100% correct, okay. See how dot reformat in, it's like beginning the function then ending it properly, okay. And no, like to go one level beyond, it has used a variable declaration. If you see here, look, this one is fine, okay. So but it has it has declared let LRAQ, okay, lookup record, okay. It has declared one variable, and then it has given that lookup matching statement, okay. So lookup j lookup, okay, the name of the lookup, and then in id, okay. So whatever, okay. So this this is like it has given the declare the lookup variable, and then these two columns are same, okay, because in our prompt we have we are we are pausing this one, and then we are using the lookup, like we are using two IDs, okay, two call fields, okay. So we want the output as two fields and then extra grade, okay. So here these two fields are okay. So code level you can validate this, okay. After that the grade, okay. So grade, you can see it has added one more condition here, okay. So if null record, okay, so this one actually we forgot to mention in our code earlier, okay. So in our UST code, okay. So this one is a, like a good practice, okay. So if it is returning null, for example, if there is no match, okay, if there is no match for j, it will return null, right? So we have to check null and then we have to print not available, okay. So this one actually we haven't specified in our UST use case. If you go back to and watch our use case, I haven't mentioned that because like it's obvious, okay. Like recruiter has told lookup fields are there, okay. Suppose you have to cover the extra use case as well, okay. So abnormal use case as well. So the like this Grok actually it has went beyond one level and then it has solved for null use case as well, okay. Even for this, see, is null function is derived from Abinitio only, okay, library, okay. So even I'm not sure how to how this one is accessing the Abinitio library, okay. So now is this one is correct, totally correct, okay. The variable and then dot the grade, okay. We have the grade field in our lookup file, okay. So it accessed by using the variable. So this one is like 100% correct, okay. So uh, output, okay, this is output. Show this in GD, okay. Load lookup file, show two records, run graph, whatever, okay. So it has provided summary and then it has successfully completed this use case. See, the shocking thing is I haven't specified lookup in this entire Grok chat, okay. So whatever chat I have made so far, I haven't mentioned this lookup function, I haven't mentioned lookup next, even lookup count, this everything, okay. So even I haven't specified this structure in this Grok chat, okay. Yeah, to be like it's a full of surprise, like more more like I have to explore more here, okay. So kind of you can try this, like you can explore metadata, you can explore continuous force, dynamic programming, okay. So plus please, but the thing I would advise you is that please validate, okay. Because see, in this one you can validate everything, okay. So validate, as a publisher developer, you validate whatever you get and then you can actually go and study in the official publisher site, okay. So AI actually is kind of explaining you much way better than anyone, okay, actually, okay. So this is how I got to know, I wanted to share with you guys. So I'll just come up with another video later, okay. So until then, like hope like tomorrow like we have a live session, okay. So if you have any doubts on your interview, like whatever like how to behave in interview, like whatever no things happen, okay. So we'll discuss everything and then if you have any questions you can comment down in the chat, okay, there, okay. So hope like I'll just connect with you tomorrow, okay. So I'll just see you guys like tomorrow, okay. So until then, bye bye.